Yeah.
When you're not only identifying but defining what your core values are, like keep it simple, because the more complicated you make it, the more difficult it's going to be. Especially when you keep it simple and someone asks you, why did you do X? Oh, well, the reason I did X is because, one of my core values is this, and this is what that means to me, and that's what guided that decision. So it's easy for you to explain to other people, and it's easy for you to just like, yeah, that's why. That's why, the core value of resilience. You just mentioned that, and that also happens to be one of my core values.
Well, and it's interesting because, the way I define resilience, it might even be completely different than yours. Oftentimes people will define resilience as how you bounce back from adversity. I don't feel like resilience is that. Resilience is that resilience means to me leaning into hard stuff on a regular basis so that when those really, really difficult things come back that you're probably going to have to bounce back from, you're ready. And that bouncing back doesn't just happen by chance. It happens because you trained yourself to be ready for that thing. So what do you think resilience is to you?
Yeah, so resilience to me it's about your mindset, and it's about being able to get through tough times through patience, because when you're resilient, you can look at the big picture and you can say, okay, I may be stumbling here. I have to overcome this hurdle here, but it's all about the long term. And I need to be resilient now. I need to be mentally tough, because what holds people back so much is their mindset. When they tell themselves that they can't do something, guess what? You can't do it. But when you tell yourself, I'm doing this because I have a greater good, right? I've got a big picture goal to reach. Now you're able to push through. So resilience, in my definition, is having the mindset of knowing what your long-term goals are and knowing that what you're going through right now is temporary, and you have to train yourself, like you just said, to just push through the temporary hardship in order to get to the end goal.